Oh, you have, are you rolling still? That is incredible.
Greetings! How are you doing? Welcome to my humble abode here in Malta. And today I thought it would be quite nice to talk to you all about the first ever Chapman guitar. This is the first ever Chapman guitar. There was a guitar made before it as a prototype, but that guitar was going to be released under a brand called Gould, which is an old English guitar brand. But then through the process of making this one prototype and then coming to market with the ML1, there was a decision that it would be launched under Chapman guitars. So this is the first ever guitar to bear the name Chapman guitars. It's the ML1. And I've had this guitar for, well, I mean, I suppose it must be now 12, 13 years that I've had this guitar. I love it to pieces. I've never not had it around in my house because, you know, I have a number of guitars. I get lots every year because we make prototypes and new models and I'm always playing the new thing. But this is always on hand to kind of remind me of where we came from, how it all started, and what's important to me when I make a guitar. Something about this particular one, it just feels special. It really does. So I'll talk you through some of the specs, some of the little weird, quirky oddities. And yeah, it's kind of a show and tell. I'll do this a few times with some other models. So yeah, first guitar of Chapman's to have the Chapman guitars there. The nut is awful. I mean, this was this was made in China. The first Chapman ML1s ever were made in China. And some things ended up really good from that manufacturing relationship. Some things not quite so good. And the nut here is just, and it's barbaric. It's made of, I don't know what it is, to be honest with you. It's kind of dyed yellow. It doesn't feel very nice. It does the job for now, but I really want to change this to a brass nut. I've got to find someone in Malta that can do that for me. I'm always chopping and changing bits on this particular guitar because I really like the way that it feels. The neck, for some reason or other, just feels amazing. So the old ML1s had the Grover tuners. They're not locking, just regular Grover tuners, 18:1 ratio. Obviously it says Monkey Lord approved on the back of the headstock, which was just kind of a fun, silly, I don't know, tongue-in-cheek, stupid thing. Back when people used to call me the Monkey Lord. I didn't choose to be named that. It was given to me. I changed the pickups. The whole sort of concept originally with Chapman was that we would put the cheapest parts on it so that all the money went into the bits that you wouldn't change, like the body wood, the neck wood, that kind of thing. And then if you wanted to upgrade, you know, your kit lens to a full-on L, get some expensive glass or whatever, as an analogy with cameras, then you would upgrade the pickups, because I kind of thought it's important for guitar players to choose their own voice. And now I have differing opinions on that subject. I think it's nice to buy a guitar with great pickups as it is. And as it happens, some of the cheap pickups that we purchased sounded really good. So that was kind of weird. But anyway, I put a Mojo, a Chopper and a Cruiser from Damasio in this. Never changed them. I chose the Mojo because I'm a Joe Satriani fan. Chopper and Cruiser because I wanted the flexibility of mini bladed humbucking pickups. And actually this was the inspiration, this is the reason why I put these pickups in the ML3 RC, the first carved top MR3 that we designed as a signature model for me about 8 years ago. Man, it's been a long time. Obviously, this guitar came with a Shadow kill pot. Didn't really get on with it. I didn't dislike it, I just didn't really want it, to be honest with you. It was just a fun thing. So I had it removed. So this is just a volume and a tone, but this splits this down to give you a clearer tone or to give you, a regular fat Mojo humbucker sound. And I had this little 3-way selector added here. Originally, the whole guitar was this colour. I have to get Marshall to send me this out with you sat in the back going, whoa!
That's fun, isn't it?
Metal 5. As you can see, kind of a brown, black stain on mahogany. I've got a funny story about why we chose this particular kind of mahogany that I'll tell you in a minute. Then anyway, with this one guitar, I had a luthier called Jaden Rose shave off the top after a friend of mine did that with his, one of the first Chapman artists who has sadly since passed, shaved the top of his off, and I was like, man, that's so cool, because you can see the wood and maybe it'll sound different and it's a cool thing to do, so I'll do it to mine. So I shaved off mine, and then the factory found some more of these under a stairwell, believe it or not, it's true. And we shaved those as well. So yeah, it's got the original Wilkinson trem with the trem block with incantation. The back of this guitar blocking off the tremolo. Every single one of these ML1s came with a small wooden block to block off the tremolo, and it had written on it, hand drawn or hand printed, a mantra that I have always used, which is, I am open and receptive to all good. And I put that on the trem block, so that each of these came with that little mantra and spread some happiness and some positivity throughout the universe. So anyway, ML1, this exact guitar is the first ever Chapman guitar. It kind of feels weird to say that. Probably should take better care of it, but to be honest, I play it almost every day. I do a lot of my, tour prep using this. I have toured this guitar maybe 3 times, done all sorts of really stupid things to it, but it continues to entertain me, and it's such a simple guitar that I love it. I love the little mistakes, like the double thickness fretboard, because the Chinese manufacturers didn't know how thick to cut the wood, so it's got this mega thick ebony fretboard. It's ridiculous how thick it is. I love the weight. It's got a reassuring weight to it. This particular kind of mahogany is called Sapele. It's either really heavy or incredibly heavy, because it's grown fast with a lot of fertilizers that have metal deposits in the wood eventually. So it was a cheap kind of timber. It ended up kind of weighty, but it has a certain sound being that way. It gives a certain dynamic to the instrument being that way. So I love it. Anyway, there you go. Show and tell. First ever Chapman guitar, ML1 from Chapman Guitars. Things have changed quite a lot. Don't make guitars in China anymore because the inconsistency was unbearable. And yeah, you can still find the ML1 in stores all over the planet these 12, 13 years on. Have a great day. Take it easy. Chappers out.